Hello everyone, it's Vampy Cat here, and welcome back to another episode of Tales of Arise. It is the first episode of the new year, so I just wanted to take the time to thank everybody so much for the support that they gave me starting out my YouTube journey in 2021. And I can't wait to see where things go in 2022. I am really looking forward to bigger and better things, and all of the support has helped me so much and just really meant the world to me. So thank you again, everyone, for all of that love that you have shown me. I hope that everyone had a fantastic New Year's Eve and a great start to the new year. And I hope that everybody can have a wonderful 2022. I hope the new year brings you everything that you wish for and more. All that sappiness aside, on the last episode, we finally made our way to Lenegus after finding Alpha's starship. And we basically just went around the city asking people different questions to try and get some answers and locate the Forbidden Zone, where hopefully we can at least figure out some of the mystery. So that's where we're gonna start today. We watched like a million cutscenes last time, so today I'm hoping for a little bit more action, and I'm hoping to finally answer some of the questions that we have been wondering about for a really long time. So all that being said, let's just hop into the game. Okay, so we're at the entrance to the Forbidden Zone. Here's the doorway that Alphen made, and we have got a healing point, which means we are definitely about to fight something. Whew, okay. Let's see how this goes. Let's see. Could either be like a really easy boss, like Volaron was, or it could be really fucking hard. You never know with this game. Hello? Who are you? Oh, it's fucking what's her name again?
Faria, how did you get in here? Wait, something about
yeah, she doesn't look right. She was brainwashed by the red
What's wrong with
woman.
her? She doesn't even seem to know where she is.
Yeah, you're right. She looks just like the soldiers we encountered outside.
So the red woman is the one that brainwashes people. She's got the Dark Master Core. Okay, yeah, we're definitely fighting something.
A summoning?
But that's preposterous. She never had that kind of power when—
We can talk later. Here it comes!
Tormented Limbs, this thing is called.
I've never known Faria to control Zulus like that before.
How about with a stone that looks suspiciously like a master core? Where did she get her hands on that?
First we make the trees. Then we get some answers.
Obviously, she's just being used as a pawn.
Here, let me help.
Not now, not ever.
You're done!
Rinwell's already dying. Oh, what is it doing? Okay.
That could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
So it can charge for sure. Ah! I don't know why I said it like that. Okay, I think I need to back up a little bit. Okay, back up. Okay, I didn't know if it was gonna charge or not. It didn't charge. But that's okay. I'll use her strike anyway. Her boost. I always forget, everything has like a name related to boost. So these like attacks, like the one I just did with Alpine Boost Break, is what just happened the enemy, but that attack is called what? A boost attack? And then, oh god, I'm on 1 health.
Don't leave me!
So there's the boost attacks that can cause boost breaks, and then when you get to like the end of the boost gauge, you can do a boost strike. So I'm pretty sure every single time I call them the wrong name, I just pick something that has the word boost in it, and I like hope it's the right one. But I'm pretty sure it's like a boost attack that causes a boost break. And then if you fill up the boost gauge, you get a boost strike. I am fairly certain that's what it is. But I'm gonna continue to call them all the wrong names every single time anyways. Ah! Oh, fuck! Well,
I'll bring you back from
Xian, you might want to res law. Oh god, I thought Xian was gonna fucking die. I'm gonna fucking die. Oh, it's got a fucking laser? Okay, let me back up for a heal again.
Armor won't save you. Eat this.
Oh, I'm out of ammo. First aid. I'm just getting started.
Not my finest.
Oh, fuck. Okay, okay. It is time to use a life bottle right the fuck now, because Xian might die right here. Yeah, I got scared. And let me actually just use an item on myself. I might as well. I have so many lemon gels. I even have a bunch of grape gels and peach gels. Yeah, I have a lot of healing items. Why don't I throw one of these on myself? Oh, Xian's dead. Let's use another life bottle. I have 10.
What was I thinking?
First strike. I'll run you. First aid.
The earth throbs in pain.
Take this.
Okay, but this thing's almost halfway, so it seems like the battle's not going terribly so far, except for the fact that Rinwell and Alphen have been dead for most of it, and I just took a ton of damage, and I've already died like once or twice. I already don't remember how many times I died. But you know, other than that, it's going great.
Here's a healing up.
Oh, I stopped that at the perfect time. Wait, does this thing have a, oh, it does have a weak point. I didn't even notice it had a fucking weak point. I guess I should have seen like the orange spot on his head, but it didn't really stand out to me that much.
I'm on it. I'll run you through. Shattering of pieces.
Oh shit. Wait, who is she rezzing? She res Rinwell! Whatever, fine.
Chargers to me.
I'll take Rinwell, I guess.
Here we go again.
Oh god, every time that happens, I really need to back up. Yeah, see, she's already dead again. So I knew there was literally no point in rezzing Rinwell. She'd die in like 5 seconds. Oh fuck, Xian is dead though. Let me just use all my goddamn life bottles trying to heal everybody. Or res everybody, whatever, same thing.
That's much better. Now you see what I can do. I'm on it.
Oh fuck, that did so much damage!
There's not enough time to heal everyone.
So what do we do? Play dead?
Shut up and be more defensive. Do it.
Oh, okay, we're halfway, we're halfway.
And I'll stop your life.
You don't need to heal everyone though, Xian. You literally only need to heal me and yourself. Oh, wait.
Take this.
I can't target the weak point right now. Oh, yes I can. Okay, move out of the way, move out of the way.
In the sky.
Catch it on this.
Out of ammo. First aid.
Ah, so when it does that, it's kind of like a teleport.
I'm all stocked up.
I see. I don't know how I only just noticed that now.
I never miss.
Oh, fuck. Ah, I thought I got the Mystic Arts in time.
I'll bring you back from Death's Abyss.
Wait, who is she rezzing? Oh, thank God, she's rezzing the right person. I get scared every time I hear her say that. And I'm like, God, no, please don't bring back someone dumb. Xian's dead again.
What was I thinking?
First strike. Take this. In a vine.
I feel like the most annoying thing about playing on, I want to say harder difficulties, but I'm not even playing on anything that hard. I'm only playing on normal. But the most annoying thing about it is just that, like, my allies don't know how to dodge anything. Like, it could be the most obvious attack ever, and they'd run right into it for no reason. So it's like, they just die constantly.
First strike. I'll run you through.
Take it. One more. Mega Ray. By the power of water. Hear me, flame of
I can
fury.
carve through armor.
Eat dirt.
Eat this.
That'll bring you down.
I am oh God. I am praying though that this fight doesn't require, oh God, doesn't require me to try again. I'm hoping I can get this first try. Cause I'm already more than halfway. Of course Xian's dead again though. So let's use all of our life bottles to bring her back again.
New lease on life.
You know, for somebody who we just found out actually can't die, she fucking dies a lot.
I'll run you through. Denied. Almost.
Oh, come on. Whatever. I still dodged it, but sometimes I feel like it's hard for me to figure out how to time the charges with Kisara's boost attack.
Here, let me help.
I'm on it. I'll run you through. Now or never. No further. First strike. Shattering of pieces. Attack time.
There, go.
Armor won't save you. Almost.
Annihilation. Let them mark the handle.
I'm on it.
Where are you going?
That's enough. Almost.
Oh, that was a good dodge.
First aid.
I'm on it.
Lightning. Death bomb. Searing flame. Reload. Damn it.
Nothing gets by me.
I don't know why I just used Kisara's boost attack. As soon as it showed up, my brain was just like, use it.
Here's a healing art. First aid.
I'm on it.
Searing flame. Reload. Here, let me help.
It's time.
First aid.
Eat this. In a vine. You're
Glacial
done.
steel. Pierce evil.
Swallow dance.
Freeze blade.
I'm on it.
I'm out of
I'll
ammo.
let you. I'll finish you here and now.
Annihilation. Radiant.
I feel like his first two health bars went so much more quickly.
First strike. I'll run you
I'm
through.
out of ammo.
Maybe just because I've spent so much of the second half of the battle healing that I haven't done as much damage this time.
Tectonic punch.
Ready to go.
I'm on it. I can carve through armor.
Radiant spear.
I'm on it.
It's
I'll
over.
end you.
Lightning.
Freaking does
I'm
it.
out of ammo. Back into the fray.
Tectonic punch.
Radiant blood. Here.
Prepare to be sealed.
Radiant blood.
No further.
Okay, we're getting fairly close to one bar left.
Annihilation. Mega ray. Gemini Aqua.
Dust to dust. Come and get it.
Mega ray.
First strike. You're done. Super swallow dance.
Flame.
I'm just getting started.
Ah, fuck.
Searing flame. Reload.
Okay, we're down to one bar.
Happening.
Oh, fuck, that hit me, and Xian's dead again. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna prioritize lemon gelling myself.
Go again.
I'm gonna just dodge around. Actually, yeah, boost break, perfect.
I'm on it. You're done.
Now, I'm gonna back out, and I'm gonna bring Xian back. And then,
New lease
Prepare to
on
be
life.
sealed.
once I get my item cooldown... Oh my god. Xion better not fucking die. I am so fucking pissed that that just happened. I'm actually like, I'm so mad that that just happened. She doesn't know how to fucking dodge anything. I was gonna say that as soon as I got my item back, I was gonna use an orange shell to give me more CP, and then she immediately fucking died
In
again.
a bind?
Here's a healing art. First aid.
Armor won't save you. Eat this.
Glacial spear. Here. Freeze. Here, let me help. Primed and ready.
That's much better.
This one's mine.
Okay, we only have to get through one more bar of this though. Okay, dodge, dodge, dodge.
By the power of water. Back to the fray.
I'll run you through.
Okay, get out of there, get out of there. Come on, how did that hit me? I was dodging, I swear.
Glacial spear.
Okay, he's gonna do a laser, so let me get behind him. Let me use my mystic arts.
I'll crush you. Ah! Lightning reflexes. Tenebrous claw.
Take it.
Eat this. You're done.
Okay, move out of the way. He's about to... Yep, so let's use her boost break.
No
Let's
further.
use Dohlim's as well. Or not boost break, boost fucking... Boost attack. Whatever it's called. Okay, move.
Here and now.
Freeze Lancer.
Okay, he's gonna teleport.
I won't give up.
Shion's dead again. He's teleporting again. Fuck. I got so scared that that was gonna be the end of it. I had like 11 life bottles. I have 2 now. Because Xion has died that much, but I like having her around to heal me.
Come to an end.
Ready to go.
Eat this. You're done.
Downfall. Damn it. I'm all stopped up.
Watch it.
God, I heard Xion say damn it, and I got so scared that she fucking died again.
Power of water.
Denied.
Here's a healing art.
In pain.
First
I
aid.
really can't get out of this.
Lunar, where are you going?
Here we go again.
Lunar corruption.
Okay, he's gonna teleport, so get out of the way.
Annihilation. Magna ray.
Run back in for a few more hits. Damn it. Okay, move.
Healing art. First aid.
That's the spot.
Magna ray.
Okay, he's doing the green attack again.
Burning strike.
Eat this. Leave the torches to me.
Okay.
Lunar corruption.
I've let you all down.
Law died. I'm wondering if I should use Resurrection or if I should use another life bottle. I think I'm gonna use another life bottle. I know I only have 2 left, but I think I want to save my CP for some heals.
Here's a healing art. First aid.
It's time.
Lunar corruption.
Can't get out of this.
Lunar blast.
Eat this. Almost.
Here's a healing art. First aid.
First strike.
Easter.
Oh, and
Reload. Here, let me help. That'll bring you down.
Oh damn it! She was trying to heal herself, and I interrupted her.
Healing art.
Oh, you better get out of the way of that laser, girly.
Through armor.
Here I go.
I'm on it.
You're
I'll
mine.
end you.
Mega ray. Annihilation. Can't be happening.
No! Xion died again.
Now I'm in the groove.
I think I'm gonna bring her back just to be safe. I know it's my last life bottle,
Here I throw.
but he's only on 8,000 health, so he's gonna go down pretty quickly. And I would be so pissed if I got him so close to the end and then, like, I just failed to dodge something and Law died. So I kind of want to have a second person alive just for, like, the cushion of if I get hit by a big attack, I'm not gonna lose, no?
Far enough.
Oh, I didn't know if I got that out in time.
Powered hurricane! Anything in armor is all mine.
Glacial
I
spear.
can carve
Pierce
through
evil.
armor.
Do
Finish you here in the
Oh, I got him. Oh my god, I did not realize that my boost was gonna do that much damage on him. Alright, well, GG.
Now it's just her.
Faria, can you hear me? Faria!
I don't think she can hear you. It's just like
She's
Bowler on
preparing another
soldiers.
The art she's casting is way too powerful to control. At this rate, her body won't be able to take much more. Dohalim!
He's gonna try to save her.
Forgive me.
Ah! That was really smart of Xion to shoot that out of her hand. Perfect aim, too. And Xion knew she could do it. She is a great
Man, I
marksman.
thought we were goners.
Everything okay? Yes. She's only unconscious.
He just fucking punched her in the gut. That was smart thinking, though. He did what he
please.
needed to,
Can you treat
while
her?
still
I can
taking
try,
her
but
safety into
I can't
consideration.
promise she'll be back to her real self when she wakes up. All I can do is heal her physically.
We're not even supposed to be in here. Maybe it'd be better if we moved her to somewhere a little safer. Don't you think?
In that case,
I'll take her off your hands.
you?
Who?
Avakir. What
Why are you
doing
here?
I was curious what you were up to, so I took the liberty of following you to find out. I overheard what you said about Tarnigan, about how he really died. I'm sorry, I had no idea.
And you believed me? What makes you so sure I wasn't lying?
Because
I
he's
like to
your
think I know you a little
friend.
better than
Yeah.
that, Doreen. Give me some credit.
He knows you wouldn't have lied.
I'll take Faria. Leave her with me. I know better than to ask what you're up to. But whatever it is, I hope it all works out.
Avakir's a good friend. I don't blame him for following us either. We were doing very
seems like a
sketchy
good friend.
things.
He hasn't changed. He never was one to stand out. Instead, he was always hanging back, worrying about everyone else. As for Faria, it's always the closest to me who get hurt.
You don't seriously blame yourself for what happened to her, do you?
Somebody got to her, to strike back at me. Someone who knew me well enough to know that I'd hesitate to fight back. And the same goes for you
Oh.
as well. Neither you nor Faria would have lost loved ones if it wasn't for me.
That is not true, Dohalim.
You're wrong. Kelzelik was the one who killed my brother, under orders from Almadria.
That's very
As for
true.
Tarnigan, if it weren't for the crown contest, he'd still be alive. That and the whole damn hierarchy that makes it possible.
Yeah, all of
But
this
that's
is
why we're
bigger than
fighting.
just one
To put an
person.
end to this whole messed up system that treats people as expendable.
Indeed. Ridding society of this blight is really the only way I know how to atone for my sins.
You can't atone, Dohalim. I know it hurts to hear, but those people are dead. No amount of soul-searching or trying to make amends is going to change that. Forgiveness, acceptance, those ships have sailed.
So I just forget the harm I caused?
No, the opposite, in fact. You remember. You never forget. You keep it in your heart always. And then you go on living.
That's sweet.
Not for those already passed, but for those still alive.
For those still alive.
Yeah, your mistakes
Kishara's
are your
right.
mistakes.
So long as we've still got breath in our bodies, we can make a difference in the lives of others. Lives being the operative word.
That's what living's all about. Being able to still make a difference. Punishing yourself for the past won't make the pain of your conscience go away.
Only fixing the problem in its stead. Is that what you're saying?
That's right. You have to live for tomorrow, Dohalim, not for yesterday. And not only that, you need to live for yourself, and for the change that you still can be.
He really needed to hear that. Aw. He's
Don't forget,
gonna
we've still got a
try.
mystery to solve. The Forbidden Zone, remember?
Xion,
Huh?
thank you. You have my deepest gratitude for what you did for Faria.
Glad to be
Aw.
of service.
This is so sweet.
I'm glad we could stop Faria without hurting her.
You all did much for her as well. I'm most grateful.
Oh, shucks. We're on the same team, right? Let's move on.
So cute. I love this fucking family.
Do you think Faria was really being controlled by someone?
Certainly seemed that way. The question is, who? The Red Woman?
The same person who's behind all of this, I'll bet. Whoever that is.
Brainwashed or otherwise, the feelings of resentment she holds towards me are real.
Someone used her because they knew we'd hold back. If that's not playing dirty, I don't know what is.
It does tell us one thing at least. Someone here in Lenegis is watching us. Someone who means us harm.
There's no question. That attack was meant for us alone.
By someone capable of getting inside a person and manipulating them like a weapon. We need to find whoever it is, fast.
Alright, so we just need to go this way. More cutscenes.
What is it, Rinwell? Do you hear something again?
Yeah. It's that voice.
The will of Dana's astral energy.
Oh my god, is it showing us the summoning ceremony?
What? There's so much astral energy. But where's it all coming from? It's almost like it's alive.
That is beautiful. Naori had thorns too? Ah, so that was what destroyed Lenegis. It wasn't Alphen. It was Naori. Is time like frozen? Oh no, maybe it was Alphen. But it was because he saw her get hurt, maybe, that's why he lost control.
That was the spirit channeling ceremony just now. No, it was more than that.
What the hell was that? It felt like everything was on the brink of... like the whole world was seconds from...
Oblivion. It's the same vision as the one my thorns show me. A vision of impenetrable darkness that swallows up us and everything else.
An empty void. A nothing so complete and dominating that there aren't even words to describe it. The end of time.
The visions of the apocalypse you've been seeing. If I'd known how bad they were,
So, everything we just saw, those were Naori's memories, right?
That's right. It was as if her innermost thoughts were speaking directly to us. At least I know they weren't mine.
That power flowing into her. It reminds me of Xian's thorns. If they're what's responsible for all these visions she's been having, then maybe...
Maybe my thorns are made from that same astral energy?
If that is the case, we just found the missing link between your thorns and what happened here 3 centuries ago. No, more than a link. Perhaps even the very heart of the matter.
I've never felt astral energy so powerful. What was that?
If it's the same energy your thorns are made of, it must be dark astral energy, right? And isn't that something only Renans have?
Correct. Dark astral energy is possessed by Renans alone.
And when enough astral energy gathers together, it develops its own form of sentience. If so, maybe that complete oblivion is exactly what the Renan astral energy's will is wishing for. But why?
I don't know. Will can be a pretty vague thing to nail down. It's more of a feeling, just like the will of Dana.
But the will of Dana is made up of astral energy too, right? And if that's what's been showing us these visions...
The will of
I don't
Dana
know,
wants
should
us
we
to
really be
stop
getting so
this,
involved with
right?
this thing?
Dana's will would never want oblivion.
That's why it's showing
you
us
can't
these
say that
visions.
for
It
sure.
wants us
Cut
to
it out, you
stop
two.
it.
Squabbling over theories will get us nowhere.
Let's keep moving. If it's Dana's will showing us these memories, then I'm as clueless about its motives as any one of us. But if it could lead us to the truth, then I want to find out more.
Xian's right. All we can do is keep going. If these really are Naori's memories we're watching, there could be truths in them I was never aware of. And I think they may be the kinds of truths I need to confront if we're going to keep fighting.
I'm sorry about what I said earlier. Come on, let's go.
I love a man
Finally,
who knows how to
we
say
begin to
sorry.
understand what the thorns are.
Yes, and their source. A ceremony that occurred 3 centuries ago.
Ah,
We
that's when they
still don't know how to get rid of
started.
them. I just hope we can find a way.
So 3 centuries ago, during the spirit summoning, Naori got the thorns, which are the will of Dana's dark astral energy, and then Alphen lost control, maybe related to the thorns, maybe not, and destroyed Lenegus. Now, the will of Dana's light astral energy, or maybe just Dana's astral energy in general, but it seems like the light astral energy is showing us visions in order to maybe keep us from that happening again, showing us how to stop it. I think I'm kind of putting the pieces together.
That vision we saw, it was as if it was meant specifically for us.
What do you make of it? Do you still think the will of Dana might be involved somehow?
Maybe it's trying to tell us something. But what?
Well, it could be supernatural. You know, like seeing dead people, messages from beyond the grave.
Oh my
Those
god,
type
Law.
That's your grand theory? That we're being haunted? Come on, Law.
Wait. He might be closer to the mark than you think. What if a person's thoughts and deeds were to somehow become indelibly etched into the ether of a place? And what if those with a connection could then somehow pick up on them?
You think that's what it was? Some kind of message someone left here for us?
I am merely entertaining the possibility. Whether it was Dana's will, or somehow connected to the Sovereign and Maiden's powers, I do not know.
Okay, back up a sec. You're saying that if a place is full of enough astral energy, it can somehow show us events that happened centuries ago?
More to the point, how does that much astral energy gather in one place anyway? Seems unlikely it happened naturally.
Whatever it was, it survived here intact for 300 years. Whoever left it for us, the strength of their intent is beyond doubt.
Naori must have
Strength
left
of
it
their
for
intent.
us. Naori knew one day that we would be back here to stop the thorns from destroying the world. She knew. and she wanted to help us stop it. So she left these messages for us using probably her maiden powers, because I would assume her maiden powers would have enough power to leave those kinds of messages with astral energy.
Behind Xi'an's thorns, as well as my own past, I have to be ready to face anything. Whatever happens.
Oh, the game is giving us a point of no return. I have to take the point of no return. I'm assuming at some point I'll be able to come back and do side quests and stuff, so let's go fucking forward.
I'm determined to save Xi'an and Dana. Nothing I learn can change that.
Hopefully, if there's a big battle or something, it'll give us another healing point. I'm assuming it will. The game is pretty generous with healing points. Alright, let's keep going and let's see.
What is it?
I want to look through that room over there. I'm curious what we'll find.
Okay.
That's the room you visited in your past, right?
Ah, I remember
We can
this
check it out.
room. Alright, so let's see what Naori wants us to see.
This looks like some kind of research facility.
A laboratory secreted away in the Forbidden Zone. Why am I past being surprised at this point?
Looks pretty deserted.
Let's check it out. It might give us a new lead.
Oh, I have a skit.
For the people of Lenegus, the Forbidden Zone is the stuff of dreams. Yet here I am, standing within its hallowed halls.
It's off limits even for lords, then? Talk about an exclusive club.
Being exclusive is one thing, but how many important facilities let in only the Sovereign? Doesn't that seem a little strange?
Strange doesn't cover it. If it was only one room, maybe. But a place on this scale? How did they keep it from falling into ruin? Whoever the Sovereign is, they can't manage the upkeep of this whole place themselves.
Did no one ever talk about it when you were growing up?
No, not that I can remember. Then again, Sovereigns and Forbidden Zones weren't exactly breakfast table conversations.
The Forbidden Zone is a hallowed place, at one with the Sovereign's authority. Grounds of the one true ruler who presides over all Renans. That is what we believed this place to be. No, what we were made to believe it was. But now, it is finally time to discover this area's true purpose, and why it was kept hidden behind the scenes for so long.
I wonder if there isn't even a real sovereign who rules over everybody to begin with. I mean, the people who have won the crown contest are never seen again on Lenegus, other than through maybe, like, visions, which could easily be faked. And the sovereign is never seen, like, in person. Whether it's the person who won the crown contest or otherwise, nobody knows really anything about the sovereign after the crown contests are over. So it's possible there isn't even one to begin with. An operating table. Many subjects undoubtedly never came back alive from their operations on this. This place is kind of like horrifying. Got a big computer.
I think I can make this work.
Well, can you make head or tail of it?
These are experiment records by the looks of it. Reams of them, dating back hundreds of years. Let's see.
Do we have records on
A
Alphen and
composite
Naori?
being capable of controlling Danan astral energy, so as to convert its molecular and elemental makeup.
Convert its molecular
The
and
creation
elemental
of a
makeup?
governing central figure, taking the form of a Danan. Codename Sovereign.
Sovereign.
Wait, there's more. Research into utilizing force field crystals for the purpose of stable astral energy containment. That must be the Master Cores. With all this raw data, there's bound to be records here somewhere about the Maiden and the Lords, too.
About the Lords? Why would they be on there?
Think about it. The Lord's crests are clearly of a piece with those of both the Sovereign and the Maiden. Not to mention the fact that the contenders to the crown are selected from otherwise regular Renan citizens. In other words, it may be that all Renans are unwittingly being made subject to some kind of grand scheme.
They absolutely
What about
are.
the Sovereign? Does it say anything else?
Where do I start? All I've read so far is the headlines. There's so much here. To sift through all of it would require specialized... Wait.
Why do I
What
feel
is
like
it?
the Sovereign
Did you
is
find
actually
something?
just a
It's a
vessel?
list of names, with the title, Test Subjects, Sovereign. It's your call.
Read it.
There must be dozens of test subjects listed here. Hundreds even. All of them failures. Wait. I think I've found one that was successful.
Yeah, Alphen.
Test subject number 1273. Ethnicity, NA. Unique adjustment index, generation, NA. Given name, Alphen.
They've re-engineered me. Right here in this lab.
Alphen.
It's fine, really. What about the others? Was I the only one?
I have a theory. I definitely have a
Test
theory.
subject number 10105. Ethnicity, NA. Unique adjustment index, generation, NA. Given name, Volron.
Ah, so
Volron?
he was another test
That
subject.
means-
He's only sovereign because someone made him that way too.
He's the last one. In 3 centuries worth of records, you and Volron are the only 2 subjects on whom the experiment was a success.
Oh my god, only 2 in 300 years?
But what about the winners of the crown contests? Does this mean that none of them were ever crowned sovereign after all?
They were never meant to be sovereign, they were just
Upon
meant to
victory,
collect the astral
sovereign shall
energy.
return to Rena and rule over Rena and Lenegis combined. When a new sovereign is decided, the outgoing monarch shall relinquish their post and live out the rest of their days on Rena. So we were told.
Why do I feel like none of
But
them are
according to these
alive?
records, there have only ever been 2 sovereigns, neither of whom had anything to do with the crown contest. It's all lies, including the part about the sovereign residing in Rena. The crown contest was never about deciding a new ruler. It must always have been devised for some other purpose.
So who is the true ruler?
But even supposing that's true, someone must have been in charge for the past
Yeah.
3 centuries, right?
Who's
If
calling
it
the
wasn't sovereign,
shots?
then who was it?
Crown contests have been held this whole time, in spite of the fact that there was already a sovereign. Me. Meaning that for the past 300 years, someone out there has to have been maintaining that lie. The same person I'm willing to bet is behind all this.
The Red Woman?
I don't think she's the person behind it. I think
It's
she's
possible.
part of it.
But that
Yeah,
doesn't
I don't think she's the
necessarily mean She's
mastermind.
the mastermind behind this scheme. She could be working for someone else. Someone back on the Renan homeworld.
That's what I think too.
Either way, it's fair to say she's definitely involved somehow.
What about the data records? Is there no other information that could help us?
Not that I can see. Just file upon file of experiment results. There's nothing here about who's behind all this, or what their endgame is, unfortunately. I've barely managed to scratch the surface, mind you. You won't be able to read through it all, but you're welcome to take a look through what you can, while we're here.
I'll do that.
So this is where Alphen became the Sovereign. And Volron as well. The significance of this location would suggest...
Hey, it looks like the terminals in here turned on too.
We should look through them. They might contain valuable information.
Okay, so my theory is that Sovereign is actually intended to just be a vessel for all of that astral energy, because we've learned that much astral energy all gathered together can have its own will and its own sentience. So I think that the fact that they created Alphen as Sovereign but nobody respected him or anything makes me believe that, like, as important as Sovereign was, it was never meant to be Alphen. I think it was just meant to be his body. But I think the spirit channeling ceremony failed because the dark astral energy that was part of the Renis Alma went into Naori and became those thorns. But Alphen, I believe, was intended to take all 6 types of astral energy from the Renis Alma in order to give it sentience in his body. But with the dark astral energy breaking off, that may have been what caused it to fail. Those are my theories, but I'm like not 100% on all of it. The one thing I'm certain of is that I think Sovereign is for sure intended to just be a vessel for sentient astral energy and was never actually intended to be used as themselves. They were just to hold that astral energy. I'm sticking to that. That theory makes a lot of sense to me with all of the information that we've been given up until now. So, I mean, it sucks that the ceremony failed because of what it did to Lenegis, but for Alphen's sake, if what I am thinking is true, it is way better that it failed, because then there would be sentient astral energy just using his body. Although it's awful that it gave Xion the Thorns, and the will of the Thorns wanted to completely fucking destroy the world. And now 300 years later, those same Thorns, that same will, still wants to cause oblivion. I wonder if the spirit channeling ceremony can keep oblivion from happening by uniting all of that astral energy together, including the dark astral energy, but who fucking knows, because we still don't know the actual reason for the spirit channeling ceremony. Even if it's to give a body to all of that astral energy, we don't know what all of that astral energy wants to achieve. So hopefully we'll find that out, but I think a lot of my theories make sense to me so far.
Only 2 sovereigns in over 300 years. So why has the experiment only succeeded twice in all this time? And if that's the case, why keep on doing it? Was there really no other way? Or could there be some other reason?
Dohalim.
Forgive me.
Alphen.
I'm fine. I'm just a little shaken, that's all. I knew what I was already, so it's not like it's a surprise or anything. But it's strange. I've got all this rage inside of me, but I don't even know who it's for. I'm scared that I'll put a face to it, just to have someone to blame.
If that were to happen, then No. Then we'd help you fight it, before you ever got that far. Wouldn't we, everyone?
Yeah, they all help each
We wouldn't
other.
just sit by and watch you spiral out of control.
That's right. No good can come from being consumed by hatred.
They've all learned so much
If
from
you
each
ever start to
other.
lose your way, you can count on us to guide you back. To remind you where home is.
Yeah, home
And
is
I would
with
be happy
all
to
of
lend
you.
an attentive ear, should you ever have need.
Aww.
Thank you, everyone.
I fucking love all of their
I think I'll be
friendships.
okay now.
They all have such a positive friendship with each other. It's so great. Okay, what's my goal now? Just to keep, actually go further. So I probably have to go here, but I can continue to read some of these terminals. Ooh, lords. Each crown contest, 5 of the best qualified members of the Renan populace are chosen to act as lords vying to serve as the next sovereign. During their tenure, they are granted level 3 authority, as well as one of the 5 elemental realms to administer, and its corresponding master core. They are also assigned an ID crest indicating their designated element. The selection process is based only on astral artistry and physical and mental aptitude. Other variables such as age have no bearing whatsoever. Because only the strongest go on to become lords, the position itself does not inherently make an individual any stronger. It should be noted, however, that lords are not the only individuals capable of drawing out a master core's powers. All Renans must take part in the selection process, and acceptance of the position is mandatory. It is not allowed for those deemed suitable to decline. Yeah, we definitely knew that because of Dohalim, because he didn't want to be a lord. Furthermore, in the event that an acting lord is incapacitated and can no longer serve in their position, a replacement must be quickly prepared, like Volron. Okay, we've got Unique Adjustment Index Test Subject Report. The following is a report on the second successful case of Sovereign Test Subject Experimentation. So this is about Volron. Okay, given name Volron. Although subject possesses high latent potential, it exhibits significant mental instability, along with a strong distaste for following orders. As such, the risks it poses surpass even those of the last successful subject, itself a failure, and is therefore under consideration for disposal. Wow, so Volron seemed to think that, like, he was meant to rule over everybody because he was the sovereign and that's what they'd been taught, but they weren't thinking about fucking disposing of him. Addendum. This is the first successful case in 300 years. Previously mentioned risk factors are now mitigated due to established control protocols. Subject is to be evaluated under the assumption that Plan 2 will proceed and will be dispatched to Danda under the guise of serving as a lord. So he never actually was a lord. Okay, so we've learned everything from this terminal. Can we look at anything else, or do they all have the same thing to say? No, they have more to say. Master cores are instruments of power containing astral energy that belongs to one of the 6 elements. 5 of these master cores, those with earth, water, fire, wind, and light, are loaned to Renan lords at the time of the crown contest. Only the dark master core is maintained inside the forbidden zone until the Renis Alma is ready to be reformed, its existence kept top secret. Underneath a master core's spherical outer layer is a force field crystal used for the purpose of astral energy containment and stabilization. Inside the force field, astral energy is stored in a dormant state. For the duration of their tenure, each lord competes in the crown contest to amass their allotted type of astral energy. In the event of an emergency, each lord may be allowed to withdraw from their respective stock of astral energy as necessary. However, the extent allowed is determined based on their own individual strength. Addendum 1. Design flaws have been discovered in how the Renis Alma materializes. Be advised that active master cores may resonate with other master cores located in close proximity and become unstable. Addendum 2. Due to successful regeneration of the Renis Alma, master cores will cease to be deployed and the crown contest will be permanently halted. Okay, so that's where we're at right now. The crown contest is just considered halted because the Renis Alma was able to be formed. So I guess the major reason why they've been collecting so much astral energy in these cores in the place of this contest is because they need enough astral energy to actually form the Renis Alma in the first place. So all of this contest is really just meant to collect enough energy to form the Renis Alma. And since it was successful, they just stopped the contest. Spirit cores are end terminals used for the collection of astral energy. When embedded in a biological subject, it establishes connections throughout its body. These connections are used to amass astral energy generated from physical activity, which is then emitted from the host body itself. Because this emitted energy is prone to diffuse, the host must be placed within range of a spirit vessel for the energy to be collected. This means that Danans must be employed to harvest the astral energy for the purpose of the crown contest. Given the difficulty in producing them, it is advised that spirit cores be retrieved from host bodies and reused upon their death. Spirit cores can also be embedded in Zeugles to control them via astral arts. Addendum. Increased physical load on a host body tends to produce increased astral energy emissions. Final confirmation of ideal workload to impose on host bodies without inducing death for maximum astral energy yields is still pending. Ah, this information is so great. Is there anything else on here we can look at? Yeah. The Sovereign acts as Lenegis' central control device for the spirit channeling ceremony. Each one is granted level 2 authority and an ID crest. A Danon subject serves as the base of its creation. In theory, ideal candidates possess equal affinity for every astral element. However, such aptitude is statistically rare to uncover within real-world conditions. As a result, most subjects die during the adjustment period, and stability is still not guaranteed for those who survive it. Yeah, like Volaron. Volaron was really unstable after the experiment. This instability, coupled with the Sovereign's powers of astral manipulation, pose a high risk to the security of Lenegis if left unchecked. As such, stabilization measures must be put in place via the support mechanism when utilizing the Sovereign in the spirit channeling ceremony. Addendum 1. No effective alternative methods to perform the ceremony have been found. Trials on Danon subjects are authorized to continue. Addendum 2. Unit 2 adjustments are a success. Subsequent adjustments are to be put on hold while extended observation takes place. Okay, let's look at the Maiden. The Maiden acts as the Sovereign's support mechanism for the spirit channeling ceremony. Each one is granted level 2 authority and an ID crest. A Renan subject serves its functions, providing the Sovereign with the supplemental dark astral it lacks in tandem with the Renus Alma. Ah! So they use a Danon subject as the Sovereign, but because Danons can't use dark energy, they need a Maiden supporting them because she's the only one that can channel the dark energy, while as the Sovereign can channel all of the rest. That makes total sense. So that's why the dark astral energy went into Naori, because it was her job to channel that energy, but it didn't work properly. Instead of channeling it for the Sovereign and for the ceremony, I guess it went inside of her. And then that caused the rest of the ceremony to fail. During the ceremony, it is partly responsible for astral energy conversion, as well as maintaining stability over the Sovereign's own powers. Okay, so the Maiden stabilizes the Sovereign's powers and is responsible for channeling the dark energy, and then the Sovereign, who has control over the other 5 elements, has to convert this astral energy into something. Additionally, the degree of intimacy between it and the Sovereign have been observed to positively impact the level of stability in both subjects. This makes so much sense. The whole reason why the Red Woman has been kind of watching from the shadows, but allowing Alphen and his group of friends kind of do as they pleased regardless, is because they needed the Sovereign and the Maiden to become really close so that the ceremony would have a higher chance of working. That makes total sense. So this entire time, Xion and Alphen and everyone else have been fighting to free Dana, save the world, but really they've been following somebody else's plan all along just to get them closer to each other in order for this ceremony to work. That's actually really fucking sad when you think about it, that like they've been thinking they were doing something of their own free will this whole time, and it was their own free will because they did choose to do it, but at the same time, it was actually part of somebody else's plan all along. That's just fucking depressing. Because of this, trial activations of the Sovereign without the Maiden present are expressly forbidden. Furthermore, neither the Sovereign nor the Maiden are to be informed about the details of the spirit channeling plan. Addendum 1. Mental instability in the Maiden has been deemed the cause of the past Sovereign's rampancy. Countermeasures must be considered. So, was it Naori's mental instability that caused the ceremony to fail? She couldn't channel the dark energy properly, and that's why it gave her the thorns. Addendum 2. In line with plan adjustments, the current subject will have its maiden registration revoked and be returned to its original household. So is that Naori or is that Xion? Maybe it was talking about Xion's mental instability. Who knows? Ah, can I not get back there? Oh, I can. Do these computers have stuff to say to me? Oh, everything has stuff to say. A large-scale astral energy converter that primarily converts the elemental composition of Dana's astral energy and transmits it to Rena. So the entirety of Lenegis is just an energy converter. So it converts the astral energy that is taken from Dana and it sends it to Rena. We kind of assumed that already based on what we saw with the wedge. Activation and control of astral energy conversion is achieved by placing the Sovereign, Maiden, and Rena's Alma within the central core of Lenegis. It is comprised of classified and essential personnel residence zones around a large conduit, along with a defensive layer surrounding them. This outer layer is deployed upon activation, unlocking the central conduit while simultaneously functioning as the stabilization mechanism. Due to its design, deployment of the outer layer is expected to cause damage to residential zones. So they knew it would cause damage. However, because that only takes place during the final stage of the spirit channeling ceremony, no contingency plan to address said damage is needed. Yeah, so the spirit channeling ceremony is obviously very rare and important enough that they think doing damage to residential districts is a complete non-issue. Until that phase, Lenegis serves as a central base of operations for the management and execution of the crown contest on Dana. Warning: any personnel with level 3 authority or lower is strictly forbidden from the classified zone. Any violators will be immediately executed. Jesus. Okay, the detachable harvester, that must be the wedge. A massive spirit vessel placed on Dana for the spirit channeling ceremony. It serves as the tip of Lenegis' conduit from which it separates. Upon landing in Danan waters, it extends 2 sets of conducting pathways. The vertical pathways connect to the center of Dana. Meanwhile, the horizontal pathways proceed to envelop the entire surface of Dana. Once activated, it links to the biological spirit vessels placed in each realm, effectively harvesting the planet's astral energy en masse. So once they collect all of the energy in the vessels, then the wedge's job is to gather it all and send it up to Lenegis, and then Lenegis converts it and sends it to Rena. The accumulated energy is then transmitted to Rena via Lenegis. Yeah, okay. Because construction and adjustment take place in the Forbidden Zone's regulator area, Lenegis' outer layer must be deployed prior to launch. Intended to function semi-autonomously, only maintenance personnel are expected to manually interface with it when necessary. No other personnel is required for it to function. Addendum 1. Detachable Harvester 1 was lost on Dana after exploding due to the rampancy exhibited by the Sovereign. Addendum 2. Detachable Harvester 2's landing point will remain the same as that of the previous model. This is due to the explosion of the previous model, which altered the planetary topography, enabling easier connection to the center of Dana. Okay. We've got a couple more things we can read. Sedative mask and brainwashing report. A device covering the wearer's whole face that restricts their mental activity. It was developed for the purpose of pacifying prisoners. This is the mask that Alphen was wearing. Medical applications are also recognized, particularly as a means of preventing patients from sustaining mental trauma. However, doing so is not recommended, as prolonged use of the device carries the risk of inducing a number of adverse side effects. Addendum: due to the loss of production facilities incurred from the partial destruction of Lenegis, additional devices will no longer be manufactured. Okay, so Alphen's memory issues must have been just from overuse of the mask, because he wore it for 300 years, and it says not to wear it for that long because it'll help them with trauma, but wear it too long and it'll just fuck you up even worse. After receiving reports of a robust new form of rule emerging in Dana's water realm, A study was commissioned to investigate the matter in depth. This system is unique in that it elevates only the Lord as the supreme authority while relegating both Renans and Danans alike to enslavement. Test subject 10105 serves as the realm's current lord and has achieved this without the use of any special powers, drugs, or special devices. So how did he do it? Rather, it has done so by sheer governance. Given this method's effectiveness at population control, monitoring of the situation will continue. Addendum 1. Collapse of cognitive facilities via extreme mental repression rooted in violence and fear has proven to be key in this style of rule. Once a subject loses its autonomy, they become desensitized to fear and subsequently cease to prioritize even their own personal safety. Though such a state is ill-suited for commanding officers, it remains an effective way to cultivate disposable infantry and slaves for manual labor. Addendum 2. Soldiers in Lenegis who have undergone this treatment will be asked to secure classified sectors as a trial. The results will be monitored. Okay, so they ended up doing experiments because of Volron's brainwashing. They wanted to see if they could replicate it. And obviously that's what they did to Faria. They successfully brainwashed her. So obviously they've been able to replicate that very well on their own. That was a lot of great information. That was a lot of reading, but it was all really important information. Oh, we're getting another vision. It's the mask.
Naori, I...
Don't talk. I have to do this. I gave you my word that I'd help you return to Dana. The next time you open your eyes, you'll be home.
But you...
My place is here with my people. I still have a duty to fulfill. I'm sorry for what you've endured. Rena never should have dragged you into this. It's not your burden to bear.
I wonder if she knew what the ceremony was
mask
for.
contains a sedative. It should keep your mind from tearing itself apart any further. Let yourself go to sleep. This should help with the pain. Time to go, Elfin. Farewell.
So she did put the mask on him to save him, but it also caused him memory loss after wearing it for so long. But she kept her word.
Short-term treatment isn't going to cut it. I'll have to switch the healing pod to long-term hibernation mode.
Ah, so she was the one that put the long-term
The
hibernation
of
on.
Hibernation's less than 10%? And worse, long-term use of the mask carries a high risk of damaging his mind and nervous system. But... If I don't head back, Lenegis will be nothing but ashes. And this starship along with it.
So she just had to believe in his small
I can
chances.
fulfill my promise to you, Alphen. But if doing this will grant you even the slightest chance, I have to try.
So him losing control at the ceremony almost killed him.
I hope it's enough.
So she had to put him in long-term hibernation to heal him. And the mask was helping him as well,
Please,
but gave him
live for me,
some
Alphen.
side effects. He did live for you. Mayori's so sweet. She saved him and sent him home. She kept her word
vision.
after
It
everything.
must have been from when Naori helped Alphen escape Lenegis.
And then she went to save the rest
She
of
sure went above and
Lenegis.
beyond the call of duty.
Even with Lenegis crumbling down around her, she chose to stay put with her people.
Yeah, she didn't
So
want to
that's why you lost
escape.
your memories and sense of pain, and why you were asleep for that whole time. It was all the result of one agonizing decision Naori made to save your life.
Yeah. If it weren't for her, I wouldn't even be alive today. I owe her everything. More than I could ever hope to repay.
Now that you know how she felt, how do you plan on honoring her wishes?
She kept her promise. If the Renan people she fought so desperately to protect are at risk from a malevolent force, then I owe it to her to carry on her fight. Naori was the one who put that mask on me, and made me Iron Mask.
She did it to prevent your soul from tearing itself apart. She knew you might lose your memories and sense of pain as a result. But more than anything, she wanted you to survive. And you did.
So his very soul was tearing to pieces with the force of trying to hold that much astral energy. And the mask was the only thing that saved him from that. And then the hibernation, the healing pod, healed his body. But it was such a low chance of either of them working, and somehow he fucking survived. That's amazing. That's actually amazing. And all he lost was his pain and his memories, which, like, that's awful, but in comparison, that's still pretty good. All right, let's go on ahead. We are learning so much this episode. This is just the episode of information. This room looks very suspicious. What is this door? And these plants that are just in like glass cases, can we actually go over here? Yes, we can. Are there items or something? Yeah, chest. Ooh, a heavy treat. What about over here? Oh, there's nothing over here? Okay. Well, let's head forward. Through the creepy door. This door reminds me of the wedge. Yeah, this totally looks like the wedge.
This place. We've seen this in
this
memories.
This is the place for the ceremony.
After 300 years, this is where it was held. The spirit channeling ceremony. This is where the Renis Alma was.
So this is the place where you and Naori...
The Renis Alma isn't here now. Nor is the Red Woman, it seems.
I know it's difficult, Alphen, but there will be time to dwell on the past later. For now, we need to keep moving. Come on.
Something is about to happen! They're both here. Can they speak with Naori?
What is this? Is it the work of Dana's will again?
It's been a year since the ceremony. That day, I shut away inside of myself the power that caused Alphen to lose control. Since then, my visions of the future have grown more and more fearsome.
Is this another memory? No, it's different this time. It's like she's speaking directly to us.
Yeah, she left us a message with her powers.
What we did back then. Not so much as a day passes when I don't think about it. About what was done to us. All in the name of a ceremony. The purpose of which we were never even told. As Sovereign, they linked Alphen's consciousness to Lenegis itself.
Oh.
The Renis Alma was intended to control his power, lest anything should slip through its cracks.
So the Renis Alma controlled his
As
power.
Maiden, my role was to temper his power. I was meant to guide it forth, and give shape to the strength inside of him.
Linked to Lenegis itself? But then, everything that's been happening.
So they need that much astral
Power showed me
energy
a vision.
just
A vision
to
of
control
oblivion.
the Sovereign's power?
When I realized that vision was a prophecy of the apocalypse we were about to unleash, I couldn't go through with it. But without a maiden, the ceremony was doomed. Alphen lashed out, his consciousness no longer his own.
Ah.
I did what I could. Using my abilities as the maiden, I tried to seal that power away inside of me.
So she didn't fail, she did it to save everyone.
Lenegis had already been brought to its knees. Thousands upon thousands of lives so cruelly snuffed out. All because of me. Because of what I had done. With the destructive force now slumbering inside of me, I knew I had to find a way to dispose of it. Anything to make up for my failure. But I didn't know how. Especially since that power was astral energy itself. In which case, ironically enough, the Renis Alma seemed to be my best bet. That, at least, would hold the astral energy dormant. Assuming that no malevolent third party got to it first. With the Sovereign and Maiden's combined power, perhaps I could shift the chaotic energy inside me into the Renis Alma instead. That's what I hoped, but alas, it was not to be. The Renis Alma was lost, and Alphen the Sovereign was in a starship bound for Dana. My only choice was to seal away the destructive force inside of me using my powers as the Maiden, to buy the world what little time I could. The time needed for a new Renis Alma to be crafted, and for a new Sovereign to appear. Even if by doing so, it meant I would be passing the curse onto my descendants as well.
So she passed her curse down, but it was all she could do.
Forgive me. I never meant to burden the future world with this threat too. I only wish that there was something more I could have done.
She did everything she could to save everyone. So that ceremony would actually have destroyed the whole world. I wonder if that was intentional or if that was
Naori.
part of the experiment failing. But either way, she stopped the ceremony early.
Was it directly from Naori?
In order to keep that from happening.
Was it the Danan voice speaking through her?
But her stopping the ceremony early is what caused Alphen to lose his mind as well. Or not lose his mind, but lose control of his powers.
What?
These are the clothes that Naori and I wore during the ceremony 3 centuries ago.
So you're saying this is the Maiden's outfit?
It's very pretty.
That's right. These clothes are designed to resonate with the Sovereign and Maiden's abilities. They focus and enhance them.
And they appeared now because...
Naori must have left them here for the new Sovereign and Maiden, knowing the day would come when they would need them in their fight against the Thorns.
These outfits are directly linked to the answers we've been chasing this whole time. If they're here, it must mean it was Naori's will for us to find those answers as well.
Locating the Renis Alma would allow us to neutralize the dark astral energy inside Xion, thereby silencing her thorns. Is that what Naori's suggesting?
Yeah, it's what
It
she
makes
didn't
sense.
get
After all,
to do.
Master cores and spirit vessels are both able to prevent the astral energy inside them from developing sentience. By that logic, it would stand to reason that the Renis Alma would have the same ability on a larger scale.
So it can seal her
We
thorns.
have a Maiden and Sovereign.
But only if they have a maiden and a sovereign.
Now all we need is the Renis Alma, and we'll finally be able to free you of your thorns. Xion.
It's possible? You really think so?
I mean,
I do.
Naori seemed to think
We can rid
so.
you of your thorns and stop the world from falling to oblivion.
They only need the Renis Alma, the sovereign.
However, the
And the
spirit channeling
maiden.
ceremony already failed once. Even if our goal is different this time, we can't be sure the same thing won't happen again. We should take care not to be too optimistic.
You're right. It's the barest sliver of a chance. But if there's even the slightest hope it can work, I'm willing to stake everything I've got on it.
I know it's too early to let myself feel relieved, but I just can't seem to help it.
We're gonna make it
Just
work.
hearing there's the slightest chance, even though I know the world's still in great peril. It's selfish of me, I know, but still.
No, it isn't. You found hope to believe in. It'd be strange if you weren't over the moon about it.
This is
Rinwell's
so
right. It
sweet.
can rid you of your curse and still save the world at the same time.
All we
Thank
need
you.
is to use the Sovereign and Maiden powers
Glory
to
entrusted
seal her
us with
thorns
the fate
inside
of
the
all
Rena's Alma. We
humanity.
can do it.
Now,
Instead of using it to
it's up to
destroy
us
the
to
fucking
prove that
world.
trust was well placed.
Starting with a little game called Hunt the Rena's Alma.
Thank you,
Yeah, you've come all this
Naori.
way. Now we just need to search Lenegis and Rena until we find it.
Yeah, we can protect the world and save Shion at the same time.
I too shall lend my services.
We'll
My
finally
knowledge of
stop the
Ren lore is
thorns and
bound to
save
be a useful asset.
Shion.
And they say modesty is dead.
Miracles just seem to follow wherever you go, huh?
How do you know it's me they're following? We're all in this together, Shion. You included.
This is the cutest scene ever.
Now let's get moving, shall we? Last I heard, we had an apocalypse to stop. Thank you, Naori.
I'm sure it's actually really relieving for Shion to hear. I mean, of course, to hear that there is a way she can save herself and the world, but
So
also to
Naori
hear
sealed
that,
away
like,
the power
the
that made
thorns
me
weren't
lose
a
control of
curse.
myself. She stopped my rampage and saved my life. But then, that power she'd sealed away was passed down to you. I'm so sorry, Shion. It's my fault that you're cursed.
You're wrong. What happened to you was because of the ceremony and Naori's attempt to stop Oblivion. You paid a heavy price for it, and then fell asleep for 300 years. The reason you lost your memories.
Is the reason for your curse.
The thorns.
It all leads back to them. But once they're gone, we can finally put an end to all this.
When my thorns are gone, I never dared to dream that such a thing could be possible. No, the truth is, I think maybe I've always been dreaming about a life without my thorns.
We'll
The
make
touch
it
of my
happen.
family, or playing with my friends, holding hands with Rinwell, or giving Law a deserved smack.
I love how
embracing
she wants to
everyone.
hold hands
All
with
the
Rinwell,
normal
but smack
things
Law.
that people do together. I always wished I could experience them for myself and finally know what they were like.
And
Is it
we will
really
make that
okay for me to
happen.
believe it can happen? I'm so scared of getting my hopes up. What if it doesn't work out in the end, and
That's not going to happen. I'm here to make sure it won't. Forget fate or destiny or anything else. We're going to live
Yes, we are. Hell
a
yes.
normal life. There are a lot of things you still want to do, right?
yeah, you're right. It's such a strange feeling. I know that we've still got plenty of fighting up ahead, and it's for my sake, so I can live.
You're worth fighting for.
I believe you, Alphen.
They're so fucking cute. Please get married.
Keep on fighting. For as long as it takes.
He better kiss her as soon
Till
as
our
those thorns
future
are gone.
is finally in our hands.
Ooh, we got a new skill panel too. Latest Maiden. Okay, so what I was saying, it must be such a relief to realize that, like, her thorns aren't necessarily a curse. Like, they are, but they aren't, because she has always believed that they're like this horrible, awful thing sealed inside of her that could destroy the world. And that is true, but the fact that she has them is in order to save the world. Naori sealed them inside of herself because it was the only way to stop them from, you know, spreading across the world and destroying everything. And she made the ceremony fail in order to stop the end of the world. She even saved Alphen as well by helping control his powers as they started going out of control. She did so much just to seal that power away and keep it from destroying the world. So Xian's curse, though it's terrible, it doesn't mean that she's this awful monster. It actually means that her containing this curse inside of herself is what's saving the world. So I'm sure that that means so much to her to know that, like, she actually is protecting people and protecting things. Oh, we got a new sword. A sword given to the chosen sovereign that draws out all of their latent power so as to carry out the spirit channeling ceremony. Ceremonial garb given to the chosen sovereign, granting them the endurance to withstand the immense power of the spirit channeling ceremony. Ah, so the clothes were to protect them from the sheer power of the astral energy and the sovereign power used in the ceremony. And then this is Xian's ceremonial garb given to the chosen maiden, capable of interfering with astral energy. It's worn to contain the sovereign's power. So all of these different components were just to make this one ceremony work. You had the Rena's Alma to keep the sovereign's power in check. You had the maiden to also keep the sovereign's power in check and help channel the dark astral energy. You had the sovereign to channel the rest of the astral energy. And all of it for some reason that we don't know. Because we don't know if the oblivion that Naori and Xian saw is the actual end goal of the ceremony, or if that was because of the ceremony's failure. We still need to figure that out. Okay, we have a skit.
Sounds like this Naori chick had quite the big heart.
Her position demanded nothing less. From the sound of things, she didn't focus on differences, least of all those between Renans and Danans.
Yeah. It was Naori who first showed me that such a thing was even possible. And then she saved my life by sending me back home to Dana.
Not only that, but she willingly stayed behind on Lenegis for the sake of her people. It sounds like she was quite the hero, all right. A truly caring person.
It's as if walls meant nothing to her. The ones separating the Renans from the Danans, or herself from others. She had no need for them.
Which basically meant that she never had anything to break down in the first place, huh? Yeah. I think you may be right about that.
Naori is awesome.
You inherited that legacy. Her wish for the world.
Don't I know it?
So cute.
She's kind of like a lodestar guiding our way, showing us what we can aspire to.
Naori is queen. All right, let's get going back down. All right, where do we have to go? Ah, we can go further in. All right, another warp room. This looks suspicious. Their new outfits are so amazing.
That's quite some door, all right. This might finally be it. The heart of the beast.
We'll find the Rena's Alma and the Red Woman inside, right?
After everything we've been through to get here, they damn well better be.
We'll probably be needing you to open this one for us, Sovereign.
Go for it, Alphen.
That outfit is so cool. Alphen looks like a fucking prince.
This is it, guys. Time to see what secrets are in store.
The healing light.
We're a long way from the residential quarters now. It looks completely different.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, this place, it reminds me more of being back inside the wedge.
Except the Danan astral energy feels even stronger here.
In a portion of the city reserved purely for the Renan sovereign.
Maybe he just has strange tastes?
This place looks like it has been here for quite some time now. If its design were a matter of personal preference, we would be talking from centuries ago. Or perhaps even further back. Still, this isn't the sort of decadence of taste spoken of in artistic circles. So what is it then?
Hold up, decadence? Artistic circles?
When a preference is indulged to its extreme, it descends into kitsch, eccentricity for the sake of it.
Oh my
I'd be
god,
happy to illuminate you
Dohalim!
further.
That depends. Does it involve you buying me lunch?
Oh my
The
god.
void that art fills isn't the stomach, it's the soul.
I love them
In that
both.
case, I'll let you know the next time my soul starts to rumble.
Now all we need is something to fill up the void inside your head.
Shut up!
Ha! I love their friendships. They're also fucking sweet. They're so sweet to each other. They just goof around like real friends now. But honestly, I wonder if the reason why this place looks alive is because of the fact that the astral energy can kind of actually be alive. When you get so much of it together, it has its own will and sentience. I wonder if the reason that these places actually look like they're growing is because the astral energy actually brought them to life in a way. Oh my god, look at this loading screen. It is so fucking cute. This is the cutest loading screen yet. I'm actually kind of obsessed with it. Okay. No more staring at the loading screen. It is time to move forward.
Volron!
Oh!
And there's the Renis Alma. Then, is this another spirit channeling ceremony?
This is so
Wait,
bizarre.
Something doesn't seem right here.
Place. Oh, once more, the powers must be united. Born from the fires of chaos, the world does seek its rightful state. All must be sacrificed in the heart of Rena, at the shrine of the true sovereign.
What has
The
happened?
shrine of the true sovereign, he said. All must be sacrificed.
Hey, look! Over there!
So maybe Oblivion really was the true aim.
Can it be that this entire chamber is meant to act as a substitute for the maiden?
Oh my god, the chamber
like
is
it's
meant to
still running, but
control
Are
Volron's
we
powers
already
in
too
place
late
of
to
a
stop the
maiden.
ceremony?
Holy
That's what
shit.
caused Lenegis' transformation. And the purpose of the ceremony must have been to drain all the astral energy out of Dana.
But for what purpose? What could possibly need astral energy on that sort of scale?
I don't know. But whatever it is, I'll bet it's connected to those visions of Oblivion.
So Oblivion really was the true goal of the
Regardless.
ceremony.
We cannot stand by and let them steal Dana's energy.
So if Naori hadn't stopped the ceremony
said,
and sealed the thorn in
we should
herself,
retrieve the Renaissance.
everybody would have died.
Because right now, we need that most of all.
Not just the people on Lenegis.
He's not gonna lunge at us out of nowhere, right?
Not the time, Law.
Alvin, look!
The Red Woman!
Oh god, are we fighting her?
So we finally found you. I have a lot of questions for you.
Wait!
What?
They all have the same face?
What?
How is that even possible?
Are they just clones? Is she the will of the dark astral energy, maybe? I mean, I know that that's inside Xion, but she could be like a form of it still.
What is this?
Who the hell are they?
It can't be. Are they even people?
It's hard to know for sure, but I think they're the true rulers of Rena.
Ah! So these beings,
They're not feeling particularly talkative.
they are the ones that really rule Rena, not a sovereign.
Good point. Let's stop them before this gets out of hand.
And what Volron was muttering,
I'll run you through!
I said that word so weirdly, but what Volron was muttering about seems to be, oh god, Seemed to be something about sacrificing everything for the one true ruler of Rena. So it seems like the ceremony actually was meant to kill everybody in the world, basically destroy the world as some sort of sacrifice for the rulers. So thank God Naori stopped it! Can I have a heal? I think I maybe should have gone back to restock my life bottles. Oh my God, look at all of them chasing after me.
Here we go again.
Where are you going?
In a bind? Not today! I'm on it! I'll smash you!
Okay, I'm trying not to get too greedy, because I have a lot of these yellow discs that I need to dodge. I said disc in case that wasn't clear. Okay, so far this isn't that bad, which makes me think there's gonna be a phase 2 where like all of them combine. Oh shit.
Can't get out of this! Burn in hell! Anything in armor is all mine! Far enough! I'll smash you! Eternal devastation! You're done! I'm on! Here I come!
Oh god, that hit me.
You picked the wrong fight!
Oh god, I don't know if it actually matters if I focus on one or if I fight all of them, because it seems like they... Oh, I didn't get the Mystic Arts. I must not have held the button down far enough, but it seems like they all share a health bar. So I don't quite know if it matters whether I focus on one enemy or if I just fight them all. I feel like out of habit though, I just tend anyways to... Oh god, here come the lasers. I tend anyways to focus on one enemy first. Although I'm pretty sure I just changed enemies because it locked onto something else. You know what? Let's keep going with the original one. Am I kind of safe here behind them? Nope, I'm definitely not. I'm definitely not. Xian, you should heal. Oh. It's too late for her to heal herself. I actually don't have any life bottles, but I do have one. No, I have 3 elixirs and 1 omega elixir, so I guess let's waste the elixir. I guess it's, if I need it, it's not really a waste. I just feel like really good items, I shouldn't use them. But then it just means they're sitting in my inventory never getting used, so I should use them at some point, I guess. Oh god, how did that hit me?
I'll bring you back from death's abyss. Resuscitation.
Not done yet.
Radiance here.
It seemed like they just waited for me. Oh god.
Here we go again.
Freeze laser. This one's mine.
It's so hard to even get a hit in now.
Back into the fray. By the power of water.
god, it's so hard to even get a hit in now. Oh, Mystic Arts. Good job, Xion.
Here's a healing art. First aid.
First strike! You're done!
If it's in the sky, it's mine.
Prepare to
Annihilation.
be sealed!
Mega ray. Gemini Aqua.
No further!
Annihilation.
Far enough!
Here, let me help.
Oh, fuck, I interrupted her healing.
First strike! You're done!
Here's a healing art. First aid.
Now I'm in the groove!
Into the shadows. Eagle of Mega ray. By the power of
I'm just scared and trying to dodge everything.
Run you through! All good things come
here,
to an
let
end.
me help. First aid.
I'm halfway. I'm halfway and they haven't transformed yet, so maybe this is actually just the whole fight and there's not actually like a big transformation phase 2. I mean, this in itself is difficult enough for sure.
I'm out of
It's
ammo.
hard to even get in and do any damage.
Freaking does it!
Back into the fray.
Take this!
I'm all stocked up.
Oh god,
Let you all
I
down.
knew that was gonna kill me. I have to use an elixir. All allies HP. Let's use it. Let's use my Omega. I feel like I need it at this moment.
If it's in the sky, it's mine.
I owe you one. Double demon fang!
That'll bring you down. Glacial spear.
Ignite!
Here, let me help.
You!
I can't heal you
This
forever.
one's mine!
Not in your dreams.
Oh my god, Alphen is getting his boost breaks every second. I'm just using all of them.
Freaking does it!
Here, let me help.
Oh my god, it's such a fucking cluster right now.
Burn!
Here's a healing art.
I owe you one. Rising this!
Oh god.
Here we go again! Here we go again! Take it here!
Don't give up.
Oh my god.
And weak.
Oh
I'll bring you back from death's abyss. That'll bring you down.
Oops.
Damn it!
I don't even know the word defeat.
Do I have like a treat or anything? I have a heavy treat. Let's use it. I feel like I need it.
Go again!
Gravitas field. I can handle it.
Denied!
Annihilation. It's time to finish this.
Ooh, another Mystic Art.
Consuming wildfire. Lunar corruption. By the power of water. Annihilation. Mega ray.
I'm on it! Watch it! Talon Hurricane!
Annihilation.
Tectonic armor! It's go time! I can carve through armor!
By the power of water.
Take this!
Searing flame. Reload.
No further!
Here's a healing art.
I'm on watch it!
First aid. Lunar corruption. Gemini Aqua.
Oh no.
Hear me. Flame of fury.
I've let you all down.
No. I'm just gonna use the elixir again. I'm scared.
From death's abyss.
I'm scared. I'm scared.
By me! I'm on it! You're done! Crumble!
Damn it. This one's mine.
Done to deny! I'm on it!
Okay, we're on the last bar.
I'm all stocked up.
Move, move. Get out of there.
Take it. It's over.
Eat this! I'll finish you here and
Here's
now!
a healing art. First aid.
Whirlwind snap!
Damn it.
Do you require a hand?
To the fray.
Watch it!
No, Xion. I'm gonna waste my last fucking elixir. I need her to be alive right now. Oh god.
I'm on it. I'll run you. Radiant here. Eat dirt. Dust to dust. I never miss. Take this. Glacial spear.
I'm just using every boost attack as soon as I get it because I just need to keep doing damage.
Here I go. I'm only getting started. Annihilation. Magna ray.
Can you first aid me?
Here, let me help.
Thank you.
Whirlwind snap. Lunar corruption. Crumble. Lunar blast. Back into the. That freaking does it.
Aha! I had my Mystic Arts and I was holding on the button and then I got hit and it like knocked me out of it.
I'll smash you. I'm on it. Now we're never. Can't get out of this. Back into the squirt. Radiant pierce. Radiant pierce. Let them mark.
Okay, just gotta dodge. Seems like being close to them actually is helpful
That'll bring you down.
for the laser attacks.
First strike. Here's a healing arc. Talon hurricane. I'm on fray. Lightning. Downfall. Lightning. Downfall. I'm out of air. Now I'm in the
Here's a
groove.
healing arc.
First aid.
God, this is a long fight.
Super swallow. Glimmer dragon.
Oh, I don't know why I did that one.
Magna ray. Just to you require a hand. Can't get out of this. By the power of this. Crumble.
Oh my god, that was the worst time for me to try and fix my headphones. I got so scared. Oh fuck.
Magna ray. It's time to finish.
Xion is getting a lot of Mystic Arts.
Consuming wildfire. Here.
Where are we at? Okay, we are so close. Oh god.
Leave the charges to me. Armor won't save you. Let the marksman handle this.
Yeah, if I can get behind them, it's great.
Here's a healing arc. First aid. I'm on a roll now. Far enough. Dust to dust. That'll bring you down.
We're getting so close.
Annihilation. I'm on it.
But it's a clusterfuck again.
In a vine. Radiant pierce. I'm on it. First aid. Talon hurricane. Eat this. Dust to dust.
Oh, I dodged that.
I'm on it. I'm just getting started. Lunar corruption. Gemini aqua. Tectonic punch. Magna ray. By the power of water. Here, let me help. Nothing gets by me. Far enough. I'll smash you. Eat this. You're done. Searing flame. Reload.
Okay, and they're probably gonna teleport. Yep, over here.
Do you require a hand? Eat this. You take this.
Aw, damn it, he missed.
Like
No! Are you kidding me? That was the longest fucking fight of my life. And you're gonna make me do it all over again when I had the tiniest sliver for one mistake. I'm so mad. Whatever, we'll do it again. Okay, I've very much just been like getting a few hits in and then backing up immediately. And then getting off every single boost attack that I can every time I get one.
Here's a healing arc. I can carve through armor. Almost. Nothing gets by me. One more. It's over.
Oh god. She's gonna heal me. She's gonna heal me.
Inside me, to be let free.
I'll end you.
I am so close.
Take this. Freaking does it.
Okay, don't get greedy. Don't get greedy. Back up. Back up. Back up.
Healing art. Eat this.
I did it! Oh my god. I did it. I did it. I did it. Oh. God. Thank God. Thank fucking God.
Surrender! Fighting is useless now!
Do you think it's really over?
No, not by a long shot.
Astral energy. Watch out! They've got something up their sleeve.
Oh shit.
What?
It's self-destructed?
Alvin!
I'm okay. Just a little roughed up.
You had me worried there.
Who said you could touch that?
Ah. Were his eyes always that color?
Damn it! He's awake!
I should have thought as much. So you know this place? Naturally. It was built for me, after all. We'll save that for another time. More pressing is how I'm going to tear you apart.
I knew he'd end up fighting him again
After all this
sometime. I don't know if it'll be
Still
now.
insist on hating me? You cut me down. Sovereign or not, you will pay for that.
You're obviously bluffing. You can't even move right now.
Really, is that what you think?
Oh god. Oh shit.
Did you really think that such a petty device could hold me?
Are you going to claim it's because you're a ruler? Be it sovereigns or lords. In the end, they're all titles given by someone else.
Plus, what kind of ruler would spend all his time chasing Alf, who happens to be another sovereign?
Idle prattle. I proved my worth and the Sovereign's powers were granted to me.
Were they really? We already know the title of Sovereign doesn't denote royalty. It is but an overblown codename for those with a designated part to play in these proceedings. You mentioned before that you were not the only one stolen from Dana, correct?
Yeah. There were countless. And every one of them besides me died.
All of those failed experiments, and they still kept going back to Dana. There must have been some vital reason their subject had to specifically be a Danan. Then there were the records we found in the library, for you and Volron. They were logged 300 years apart, and yet the data they took from you was exactly the same. Which leads us to a single conclusion.
Then you mean Boron was kidnapped just like Alvin? But then he became a...
A slave from Dana.
Yeah.
Just like us. Isn't that right, Volron?
So he posed as a Renan and caused all that suffering to his own people?
How could you? If you knew the pain of being a slave, why would you inflict that upon others?
Renan and Dana are meaningless distinctions. Me and everyone else. That is all that matters. I will stand above all others and take what is rightfully mine, starting with this.
Ah. Yeah, it's not rightfully yours, buddy. You're just a pawn.
A red woman?
Another one?
Give your master back on Rena this message. No one makes a fool of me. Let them know I'll make them suffer.
So who is the master of it all? Oh shit.
Don't do it!
Serenus Alva!
Oh no, this is exactly like 300 years ago.
It's too late. You can't stay here.
We need to go. Alfred!
They just left him. Fuck him. It's not worth saving him anyways. No! No way! Xion! She has to jump. He has to catch her. She has to trust him despite her thorns. Knowing that it'll hurt him, but that he won't let her go. Why is that such a beautiful scene? But even through the pain, he won't let her fall. No! Oh, he got her. The fact that she trusted him with it, knowing it would hurt him, but knowing he would never let her fall anyways, even through the pain. Fucking poetic. This game is written so well.
Go. But no, I will be your shadow no matter where you try to run.
She trusted him so much in that moment. They've come a long way.
Never forget, I am the one who devours everything, who answers to neither spirit nor man. My word is law. I am.
Yeah, you're dead, buddy. That's what you are. Jeez. So what did they hope to accomplish with that ceremony?
Yeah.
Did we manage to stop it in time, or did they achieve what they wanted out of
finally
it?
seen the last of him?
We can but hope.
Okay, so I guess we don't fight
Those
Volron
red
again.
women. What the heck was their deal?
Could they be the ones behind all this? The same ones who put those soldiers in Faria in a trance?
What? Those brainless things? Either way, they've done a runner with the Renasalma. Damn it, that's the second time now!
Whatever's stolen from us, we'll steal it back. The future's ours to protect. And right now, those things are what's standing in our way. We can head them off at Rena.
Did you
Yeah, we're going to fucking Rena. We
Volon
have
mentioned a
to.
master of theirs holed up in the motherland somewhere.
Yeah, we had to go at some point.
If that monstrous form's their true identity, I shudder to think who they take orders from.
Yeah. There's a good chance it's not human.
Yeah, it's not Renan or Danon, and it's
So
making
this
a
thing
pawn
over
of
on Rena.
everybody.
That's what's really behind all this, huh?
They have the Renasalma in their grasp already, so it's unlikely they'll have cause to return to Dana. I agree that Rena's our best shot.
Then we're agreed. Let's head back to the starship.
But
Okay.
seriously, I was not expecting Voron to actually be here.
He seemed to care not one whit about Renan's or Danon's.
Yeah, not in a good way like with us.
All right, we've got a skit.
I didn't see that coming about Volron. As for those red women, to think they were monsters all along.
Tell me about it. One minute they look perfectly human. Next thing you know, they're not actually human at all.
They definitely weren't Renan or Danon. I'm not even sure language would get through to them.
So what were they then? Human Zoogle hybrids?
I think there's
Is
something
the most
entirely
terrifying thing
different.
anyone said all day?
How about you, Xion? Doherlin? You ever seen anything like that before?
No, never. However, if they're the same as the Red Woman we've seen with Volron, I think it's safe for us to assume they understand our language at the very least.
I had just so much I wanted to ask them. About Rena. And Xion's thorns.
Unfortunately, they blew themselves up before we got the chance. Why would they do such a thing, though? To take us with them? Or in order to keep something hidden?
Both sound plausible to my ears. They took off with the Renasalma too, remember?
Yeah, they did. And the next time we meet them, we're going to make sure they tell us everything they know.
All right. Is there a quick way out? No. Can we warp out? No. You know, the red women being some kind of creature also kind of makes more sense why the wedge and why that area we were just in looks like it does. Because it didn't seem Renan or Dana, and everybody was commenting on that. And that's because it wasn't Renan or Danon. Okay, what's our goal? Head back towards the Fall Knights? Yeah, that makes sense. I still can't fast travel. Ah, because there are enemies. I don't want to fight through any fucking enemies. I've already been through this area before. I hate backtracking. Ah! Just kill me. I hate backtracking. All right, we're at the entrance. We made it out.
When did it get pitch dark all of a sudden?
The lights are all out. Think it has something to do with the explosion back in the Forbidden Zone? Doe?
You two.
Faria, Avakir. Thank goodness you're safe.
And she's back to herself. Did Avakir tell her? Yeah.
Everything. About how I ambushed you all.
Did he tell her about her fiance?
She doesn't remember a thing. So she really was being controlled.
He told me about Tarnigan too.
Yeah, he did.
What difference does it make? What's done is done.
Stop casting me off, just for once.
Faria, not now. It can wait. Dohalim, Lenegus is in grave peril.
So I can see.
It's the city's core reactor. It's damaged. Some of the basic systems we've managed to keep online, but complete restoration's still a way off.
You're an elite technician, though. You can fix it, right?
If so, then what's the problem?
Panic's begun to set in among the citizens. Until now, whenever something like this happened, the Sovereign would issue a decree.
But he's been
But this time,
silent.
not so much as a peep. Any longer and we run the risk of riots breaking out before we can get things back up and
Because he
running.
doesn't care anymore. He got what he needed out of
Forget the
Lenegus.
Sovereign. I doubt you'll be hearing from him anytime soon.
What's that supposed to mean? Do you know something I don't?
We know a lot that you don't.
Suffice it to say, the Sovereign isn't the kind of ruler we thought he was. That is, if he ever even existed. Which is looking doubtful
Yeah,
at this
that's
stage.
what I thought. The Sovereign is not
Are you
really the
out of your
Sovereign.
mind? Why, if people knew that a lord such as yourself was whispering such blasphemy, they'd...
There's no time to explain now. It sounds like we need to find a way to keep Lenegus from spiraling out of control.
We need to stop that riot.
But how do we do that?
Riots feed on discontent and unrest, right? So if we want to keep the peace, we just need to put people's minds at ease.
At ease? Like by letting them hear directly from someone they trust.
Like Dohalim?
That's it. Who's the highest ranking person in Lenegus right now?
Dohalim.
Lenegus wouldn't have a next in line. After all, you said the Sovereign rules over everyone directly, right?
Correct. The closest thing to an authority figure would be a lord. The only one left is...
He's like, damn it.
Very well then.
It has to be him.
Avakir, you mentioned a few facilities were still online. Which ones?
He never wanted this, but he still is doing his best
Why hasn't
to help everyone anyways.
Please, won't somebody explain what's going on?
Is it over? What's going to happen to all of us?
Heed me now, fellow Renans of Lenegus. It is I, Lord Dohalim Ilkaris of Eldaman and Sia.
Look, up there! It's Lord Dohalim!
Hold on! He should be in the crown contest! Shouldn't he? Why isn't the Sovereign talking to us?
The Sovereign is seeing to other matters right now. In my capacity as Lord, I speak to you in his stead. You're afraid. As people so often are when faced with the unknown. I hope you'll allow me to put your fears to rest.
I fucking love Dohalim.
The city's core reactor has experienced a malfunction. However, we have our top engineers attending to the matter, and things will soon be back to normal. I know that you feel abandoned, perhaps more scared and alone than ever before. But I ask you all to keep one thing in mind. You are Lenegus, not the Lords and Sovereign. The solidarity of its citizens is the mortar that holds it together.
Dohelium is fucking amazing.
To be distracted by our differences. If we put our hearts and minds together and stand as one, I am confident we will find new hope. I would be honored to stand with you. Not as a person of loftier rank, but as another human being among many. I hope that you'll lend me your strength, for if we can persevere as one, I know a bright tomorrow awaits.
I admire Dohelium so much. All he wanted to do was play music. He never wanted anything that was given to him. He never wanted a title.
Your speech seems to have done the trick.
But
Looks
yet
like
he
the city
really
won't be
stood
descending
up
into chaos after all.
and did something
I only pray the
despite
relief
not
will tide the
wanting
city
it.
over for the time being.
What you said earlier about the Sovereign possibly not even existing. Was it true?
It's still too premature to say with any certainty, but I believe so. This whole time, this world we've been fed was a lie, built on nothing but falsehoods.
But it can't all have been.
I can believe it. After everything I saw in the Forbidden Zone, what they did to Faria, it's the only explanation that makes sense.
But what about hierarchy, Avakir? Authority? The very foundations of Renan society? How can we live without someone to guide us?
You'll find a
I'd say
way.
we found someone capable of doing just that.
Oh, he never wanted it, but he really stepped up to the plate.
You can't be serious.
I have business I must take care of first. But once everything is over, I shall return. But not as your sovereign, nor as a leader, the likes of which the people here are used to, I think.
But how else do you propose to rule?
I'm not sure yet. All I have is a feeling that here in Lenegus, a new dawn is on the verge of breaking.
He will be a good
One in
and
which
just
people won't be judged
ruler.
by birthright, or on the power of their astral arts, but on other things. More important things.
And he will build Lenegus
Things
into
like-
something amazing.
Oh, I don't know. Musical talent, for example.
When I bumped into you after all those years, I said you were no different. But I was wrong. Truth is, you were always different.
He's just built different.
I feel like maybe now I can finally begin to accept Tarnigan's death. To see a future.
That's amazing.
You go finish whatever it is you've got to do. I'll hold down the fort here in Lenegus till you get back.
Thank you.
I'm glad that Dohelium got this closure.
I guess you're not going to make it to Menancia for the foreseeable future, huh?
Indeed. Forgive me.
I'm sure Kasara can
The
do
people
just
of
fine on her
Menancia can look
own.
after themselves just fine. It's the ones here on Lenegus who need someone to guide them. Besides, with you leading the people here, it'll help spread the idea of coexistence beyond Menancia's borders that much faster.
Sounds like you're in it for the long haul.
How could I not be, after the second chance that I've been granted? From this day forth, I shall dedicate myself to the future inhabitants of this world.
Why is Dohelium the greatest
Though
character
the
to
memories
ever
of the departed
exist?
shall remain forever in my heart.
Remember, you're going to be leading the people here, not ruling them.
True enough. Whatever would I do without you, Kisara?
With or without her, I suspect you're gonna have your hands full when the time comes. We should be heading back to the ship. Business on Rena awaits.
Alright, we unlocked something else for Dohelium, Renan Leader. It's crazy how much Dohelium has done despite not wanting anything that was given to him in the first place. Dohalim is just great.
Lenegis can rest easy.
I couldn't have done it without your words of encouragement, Law.
Hey, you're the one who made the speech.
I think everybody can share the credit here.
So cute! I love my family! Alright. We still cannot fast travel. It would be a good idea to stop and rest. Oh, I have a skit.
In one sense, when all is said and done, perhaps I have been a slave this whole time too.
You, a Renan Lord? How do you figure that exactly?
I was complicit in the Renan system, bound by its values, resigned to being swept along, without the resolve to take a stand. And when I realized the severity of my mistake, all I longed for was punishment. A lord. And yet my first instinct was to place my fate in the hands of others.
That's what they've been taught growing
I
up.
couldn't stand watching my people bow and scrape their way through life, but I didn't know what else I could do about it either.
But now they're all
The
standing
ability
up to
think
their
for yourself and
futures.
be your own master. That's what separates a slave from a free person. At least, that's what Law's dad Zephyr used to say. Zephyr taught me how to fight.
Aww.
But in doing so, he also taught me how to live.
Zephyr!
Even if it means stumbling along the way. If it's on a road of our own choosing, free of regret. Why, that's the road of freedom. Or, to put it another way, so long as his heart is compromised, even the loftiest of kings is no freer than a slave. I think I finally understand now. This Zephyr character sounds like he was a wise man indeed.
Aww.
I only wish I could have met him.
There's just so much I wish I could ask him, especially now. I wonder, have I been correctly carrying on the torch that he passed to me?
It's so sad that Kisara and Dohalim never got to meet Zephyr because they both would have loved him too. And Zephyr would have loved them as well.
How long have you known?
Known what?
About the darkness I carry inside me. You seem to have been aware of it for quite some time now.
Why ask me now? What does it matter? But yes, I have. I've pretty much known that something was gnawing at you ever since we left Menancia.
So basically since the very start of our journey then. Just when I thought I couldn't feel more ashamed.
Leave the past where it belongs. We have no need for it now. You're forging ahead. That's what matters. If my brother could see you, he'd be proud.
Not as proud as he would be of his sister, I'm sure.
That's
Well,
so sweet.
Just as well it's not a competition, huh?
They're so fucking cute. Actually, I think they should get married as well. They're kind of a very, very cute dynamic. It's like the pretty boy, musician, artistic person with like the kind of tomboy, tough girl. I mean, they're both super strong in their own way, but I just think their personalities mesh so well together. And especially like Kisara loves taking care of people, and God knows Dohalim could use someone to take care of him from time to time. And in Kisara's case, she actually enjoys doing it, so it's not like she's being forced to. She likes to do those kinds of things. They just have a very cute dynamic, and I adore them together. Either for friendship or romance.
Kisara? Anyone at home in there?
Sorry. Did I look distracted?
Among other things. To be entirely honest, I couldn't tell whether you were smiling or frowning.
You were thinking about Dohalim, weren't you?
That obvious, huh? I was just thinking how good it is to see him moving forward at last.
It is really good to see.
It was always so infuriating, knowing how capable he could be if he just put his mind to it. A prisoner trapped in a cage of his own self-doubt. But now, he's finally beginning to spread his wings. I'm happy for him.
So, then why do you look so sad?
Oh, I don't know if I'd say sad. There's a bittersweetness to it, I guess. It's good and strange. knowing that he won't be needing me anymore.
He definitely still needs you,
probably
just not in the
sounds
same
weird, doesn't
way.
it? I have this massive worry off my mind. I should be jumping up and down for joy, right?
Must be that maternal instinct of yours at work.
Rinwell's right. You're like a mother bird, finally letting go as her child takes his first shaking and nervous flight from the nest.
That's very true. I have called her Mommy Kisari this whole time. Kisara.
That's one way to look at it. I wouldn't like to see Dohalim's face if he heard you say that.
That's true.
All this has made me realize I can't allow myself to become a prisoner of my own making like he was. If Dohalim can forge his own path ahead, then I can too. I won't be left behind.
And you'll forge that path together. They all will forge their own paths together. It's fucking beautiful. I love all of these characters. But it is great to see Dohalim finally letting go of his almost need to be punished. He felt like that was the only way he could feel better for himself about the things he'd done, but it's never gonna help, and he has done his best to help so many other people along the way that he has more than made up for anything he did in the past. And even then, nothing he did was his own fault. He just kept beating himself up about things that he couldn't even change in the first place. Like, he didn't want any of the things that happened to happen, and he did his best to make a better future. But all he wanted was just punishment. He just tortured himself feeling like he deserved it. So it's amazing to see him finally move forward and realize that he doesn't need to keep punishing himself forever. He can accept that the past sucked and he will do everything in his power to make the future better for all the people he cares about. And it's amazing to see all of these characters finally moving forward, putting their past aside and accepting what happened, accepting who they are, and accepting who they want to be in the future. I feel like all of the characters have gotten to a good point in their lives finally, as far as the way that they view themselves and the world. And it feels so well deserved because every character's arc was written very, very gradually and realistically, so that when you get to this point, you kind of look back on who they used to be at the beginning of the story and you're like, wow, we have come a long way. It's just amazing to watch because the way it was written was just so good. Okay, let me stop ranting because I know it's almost every episode that I get into a rant about how good the writing in this game is. So let me heal up. I don't actually think I'm gonna go to Dana today. All right, time to head on back to our starship. Which is where? I have no idea. All right, we are almost there. Okay, to the ship we go.
I thought we'd find answers on Lenegis, but we just ended up finding more questions.
That does seem to be how this game goes.
And now we have more problems to fix too. Like figuring out how to reform Lenegis.
That can wait for now. We've got more than enough on our plates to deal with as it is. Like figuring out who's really running the show on Rena.
Yeah. Which is why we're going to the Renan homeworld.
All the answers we've been looking for are on that planet. The person responsible for all this. The Red Woman and the Renaissance. The answers have to be there. Are we prepared to finally find them?
So, what do we do first when we get there?
We know nothing about the Renan homeworld or what we might face once we arrive. We should get a feel for how things are on the ground before we take any serious steps.
It's also entirely possible that the first thing we're going to face is an attack.
If we come across a capital, we should...
What? Hello? Oh my god? Hello? Holy shit. What are are they doing to us? They're teleporting us somewhere? Okay. So where are we now?
Damn! The hell just happened?
Our course has been altered. The coordinates are pointing to a different destination.
What's that?
The ship's controls aren't accepting my commands. The engine is being shut down.
That's bad, right?
Quite bad. We've lost control of the ship.
Is all of this the Red Women's doing?
Are they trying to finish us off before we can land?
No, I think they're taking us somewhere. They still have need for us, so they can't let us die. They must still have something that they want from us. What is this thing? Oh shit, it's powering the wedge back up? Oh god. It's a flower blooming? A crystal flower? What is going on? What the hell is going on?
A flower blooming out of Rena?
But that flower looks like it's absorbing all of Dana's energy.
And it appears Lenegis is serving as a conduit for that energy to reach here. Could that have been its true purpose all along?
If that's true, do you think the people back on Lenegis are all right?
We can only pray that they are.
Damn it! Haven't they taken enough already? When is this going to end?
The Flower of Oblivion.
With everything that's happening, we need to get back to Lenegis. Is the ship still offline?
Unfortunately, yes. Even more so than when it lay dormant.
Can you fix it?
Starships are extremely complex machines. One wrong move while we're out here in space could very well cost us our lives.
So what? We're just stuck inside here, floating around? For how long?
I don't believe this. We've made it all this way, and now we're stuck here? We're watching Dana die before our eyes, and we have no choice but to sit here and starve to death?
Law, calm down! You're not the only one who's worried here.
This is a horrifying situation. If Dana's energy gets completely sapped, everyone's just gonna die.
It's still too early to give up. There has to be a way to get out of this.
Alphen.
Now what?
The starship, it's back online?
No, this is different. Something is pulling our ship in towards it.
Is it some sort of space station?
We managed to get moving, but where are we?
It looks like Lenegus in here.
Do you think we might run into more Renans here? Or those red women?
Perhaps. Someone brought us here. The question is, who?
We haven't been ambushed, so that probably means they aren't hostile. Still, why would anyone want to bring us here?
Hey, Xion!
If they wanted to attack us, they could have done so while we were back on the starship. We should see where this path takes us.
All right, there is no way we are continuing on after this. Yeah, there is just no way we are playing any more of this game tonight, even though I really fucking want to. So let's just watch the last skits, and then we will save and be done.
Xion, just in the nick of time. Here, lend me a hand while I...
No!
What the... Oh, right. The thorns.
He forgot about them!
My bad.
No, I'm the one who should apologize. I overreacted.
Again, Law? Can't you even go a minute without putting your foot in your mouth?
Seriously, it's fine. I'd rather that than people feeling like they're walking on eggshells around me. Besides, I'm the one who should be vigilant about not touching you guys, not the other way around.
Actually, I've been meaning to ask. Not being able to touch people, does it ever get lonely sometimes?
I guess I never really thought about it in those terms. It was either accept it for what it was, or come undone. Before long, it was just part of my everyday reality. I think I even forgot there was another way to live. Which isn't to say I didn't feel alone. I did. Always.
So numb to your reality, you couldn't even recognize it as loneliness? I don't know how you managed.
It's fine. I know I'm not alone anymore.
But I can't even touch you. No way of lending you a shoulder when you're down? Even Alphen.
I appreciate the concern. Until I get rid of these thorns, I guess I'll have to put up with it just a little longer. But not forever. Alphen promised me that.
When we get rid of the thorns, we
Maybe
have to have the
it'll be
biggest
soon,
group
maybe
hug
it won't be.
ever.
But either way, the day will come. And I'll be ready when it does.
Yeah, just hang in there. One day,
See?
we'll share a big warm hug.
Rinwell's got the
Trust
same
me.
idea.
I promise.
So cute. Oh, we have another skit.
Boo!
Ah, what the? Are you out of your mind? This isn't the time for games, Rinwell.
Oh, come on. How am I supposed to resist with you looking all jittery like that?
It's called experiencing feelings appropriate to the situation. Try it sometime.
That's so funny. He's so
Yeah, but
scared.
Seeing you act all nervous, you're making me start to feel nervous too.
Oh, sorry.
Staying alert is important, but too much caution can cloud your judgment. Try to strike a balance.
Okay. So that is the last thing I'm doing on this episode. I don't want to stop playing, but I know I have to, or otherwise the episode's gonna be 5 hours long. But I feel like the closer we kind of get to the climax of the game, the faster paced it's starting to get. So we are just finding out new revelations left and right now, and everything is just crazier than the last thing and more interesting. We found out so many answers to the questions that we had, but we also got so many more questions that we need answers to. God, I just can't wait to see where this game is headed, because I can tell that it's going in such a cool direction. All of our characters are finally sure in themselves and in their willingness to fight for the future and for everybody. So it's the perfect time for us to finally start figuring out more of the mystery of Rena. Oh god, it's just gonna be so cool. Now that our characters are kind of in a good place, it's like the perfect opportunity to start moving the plot even faster, since the character arcs are mostly kind of complete. Oh god, it's just perfect setup and perfect writing, and I'm so excited to see what lies beyond everything that I've played so far. I feel like whatever is in this like space station is gonna be some kind of really cool story revelation on top of everything else that we've already figured out this episode. So I can't wait to figure out what it is. I have been loving everything that I've learned so far about the Sovereign and the Maidens and the Lords, and god, there's so many pieces to the puzzle, but all of them make perfect sense. And then the mystery just like keeps adding more onto itself. It's so good. It's so good. But I'm gonna stop babbling. We are gonna leave off right here, and on the next episode, we're gonna pick it up exploring this space station. Thank you guys so much for watching. Go ahead and leave a like if you enjoyed it. Check out my Ko-fi link in the description if you'd like to support the channel, and hit subscribe to become a fledgling and join the clan. I will see you guys on the next episode. Bye!